Surface area of prisms and cylinders. We have to think of surface area as being how much paper it would take to wrap the item completely. We're going to fly through this because it's going to take us a good amount of time. To find the surface area of prisms and cylinders, we must know these total things. If you remove the surface from a three-dimensional figure and lay it out flat, the pattern you make is called a net. Nets allow you to see all the surfaces of a solid at one time. You can see they've unfolded the front part of the box, and if we'd fold the others down, we would see there are many extra shapes there. Finding surface area of three-dimensional figures is the sum of all the faces or the surfaces of the item. So, the lateral faces of a prism are parallelograms that connect the bases. The lateral area of a prism is the sum of the areas of the lateral faces. So, they give you the surface area of a prism or how to find it. To find the surface area, they say, do the area of the base 2 times the area of the base. Because 1, 2, there are always two bases. We need to remember that. All right? Plus the area of the faces. And they really don't give you a way to find the area of the faces. So, I hope to help you there. Finding the area of a base, do whatever shape it tells you to. But for the area of the faces, if you take the perimeter of the base, perimeter of the base, and you multiply that by the height, it will give you the area of all the faces, plus then the area of the two bases, and that will give you the total surface area. I'm going to try to go slow, but you will want to go back and look at these. Okay? So, I'm going to identify the two bases. That's the most important thing to do. The two shapes that are the same. And if I look at this, the square on this end, rectangle, and the rectangle on that end, those are the two bases. So how do I find the base for that rectangle? I take 9, I multiply it by 7, and that will give me the area for this one side. So that's 63. But this side and the back side are exactly the same, so that's why they say take 2 times the area of the base. So we would have 2 times 63, and that would be 126. That's all good, that's all dandy, and that's usually the easy part. Okay? We have two bases, so we take 2 times that. And we're working on finding the surface area in all these situations. Now, we look at taking perimeter times the height. We can do this because if we take and we unfold these, we will have one big rectangle. All right? So, if we look at the perimeter, 9 plus 7 plus 9 for this side plus 7 for this side, we would get 16, 32. 32 would be the perimeter of the base. That's important to find. Then, once we have the perimeter of the base, we take that times the 15. So I do 32 times 15 over here. That would be 10, 1, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3. All right. That would be 480. And that would be the area for 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. I did that all in one by simply adding and finding the perimeter and taking it times that height, that distance from one base to the other. All right. Then I add these two together. 6, 10, 606 inches squared. Area of base times 2, because there's always 2, plus perimeter times height. Perimeter of the base times the height. And we got 606 when we added them all together. Notice, I wrote out what I got, then I did one step, then I did the second step, then I added them together and did the third step. Writing them out bit by bit is important, and that's the thing I'm afraid you guys aren't going to do. That'll help you keep items organized, straight, and understood, hopefully. All right, so let's look at what they put down. Surface area equals 2 times the base plus pH. All right, that's perimeter times height. So, to find the base, they took 2 times 7 plus 2 times 15, and they got 44. All right? So, 2 times 7 plus 15, or 2 times 7 times 15, they're going to get 210 plus 396, which is 606. Okay? They got these. They did it a little bit different than I did because they already found the base and they found the other items that they needed to find. I would really suggest you go back and you look at mine. Again, let's go ahead and find out what our base is. This side and that side are the same, so we want to focus on finding the area of the base. We are going to cut this lesson short. We won't worry about cones today. We will only worry about these prisms, okay? Well, and cylinders are the same, so we will worry about cylinders. Actually, we will worry about prisms today. We will worry about cylinders on Monday. So, I'm extending out the lesson. Then we do plus perimeter times the height. Okay? So to find the area of the base of this rectangle, 10 times 8. That would be 10 times 8. And I know that there are 2 of them, so I can take 2 times that, because I'll have one square here and one square here. They're exactly the same, so I could take 80 and add it together with 80 to get 160, or I could take 80 times 2 and get 160. All right? The next part we focus on. We focus on finding the perimeter of the bottom. 10 plus 8 is 18, plus 10 is 28, plus 8 is 36 for the perimeter. And we take that times the height, which is the distance between the two bases. I'll do that over here. 36 times the 14. $504 for all the lateral sides. Here, 8 times 10 is 80, times 2 is 160. I add these two together. 664 inches squared. This is my suggested way to do it because it simplifies it. If I find the base, I can find the area of the base, multiply it by the 2. Find the perimeter of the base, multiply it by the height. Then I add those two numbers together, I'm done. Many people like to add the area of each different rectangle together, or each different side. That works too, but you must make sure you include all the sides and you know all the lengths of all the edges. I believe this way is easier, but if I wanted to, 10 times 8, oh, that's 80 for this side. Okay? 8 times 14, oh, that gives me the bottom. 8 times 14 is 80 and 32, so that would be 112 for this bottom side. 10 for the height times 14, oh, that'd be 140. This one back here is the same, that's 180. This one on top is 112. This one on the side, 10 times 14 is 140. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. I have 6 sides. I add all those together. 140, 140, 112, 112, 80, and 80. I get 4. Hey, good sign. 4, 8, 10, 18, 26, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do get the same thing if I remember all the sides and I add correctly. I believe this is easier, trying to make it into the simplest steps I can. All right, when they do all their work, you're going to see 664 is our answer. Now, prisms and cylinders are pretty much the same, but there's a lot of difference. So you only have to worry about the prism ones today, and on Monday we will go over the cylinder examples. All right, guys, have a good time. Look at those multiple times. They are not overly complicated, but there's something you need to make sure you find the certain basis for. Thank you, 7th grade. There's a Google Meet tomorrow. It is optional. No, not tomorrow. Friday. It is optional. You'll see it on your Friday assignment from me. And it is an optional thing, but it'll be a great way for you to ask questions, get answers, maybe see people you haven't seen in a while, even if it's via video chat. All right, we'll be on from 1 to 4 on Friday. Thank you. Goodbye.